Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. I went last night after work and I picked up the 5.3 sitting over here in this little trailer here. It's pretty much just a long block from the coils to the pan. No intake, no ECU, no harness, no manifolds. So, oh, hi, what are you doing? It's too cold out here for you. Oh, what are you doing? You want to come play with the car? Yeah. Sorry for that little interruption. Baby wanted to come out and play. Got something in my eye. So yeah, my dad's on his way. We're going to unload that out of the trailer and start assembling his rotating assembly, his block. Oh, what do you mean? Can you say hi? Say hi. You gonna work on the car? Are you gonna work on that car? You gonna take it? Oh, that's mine. Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. I've got my dad here, Ken.
Hi everybody.
Call him Pappy, so you'll hear me call him Pappy. But we are getting ready to clean up his engine, his block, put the rotating assembly in it. Got the LS here for my Nova. I went and picked it up last night. Pretty excited to get started on that. I'll start tearing it down, I don't know, maybe this next weekend or this week sometime. You can only do really one engine at a time in here because it's limited space. But the goal here, it's stock GM 010 block. It's been decked, line honed. Wasn't even bored, it's already 30 over, it was just honed. And we're going to see if we can get 1,000 or 1,200 horsepower and get a stock block to take it. We'll see. He's got a twin turbo eBay kit, so it's that part of its budget. That and the block are the budget part. Other than that, it has dart heads, Eagle H-beam rods, all kinds of goodies inside. ARP, it's ARP main studded. ARP head studs, they're sitting over here on my nose. That's box of them here. Got some brake clean. It came out of that originally because that engine my brother Kyle gave to me to put in this. But my dad's engine, his block that he was going to use originally, ended up being bad when we pulled it out. So I let him use this, or have this, so that way we can get his car to the track. And so yeah, that cam was in this as just a little RV cam or whatever, I don't know. So yeah, we're going to go ahead and he's pulling off the main caps now. I'm going to move the camera, get it all set up, and start putting it together, cleaning stuff up and putting it together.
We got to torque our mainstays.
Hang on. Excuse me. So right now we put the main studs in just to hold the caps on because when we got from the machine shop they weren't in. So we got to pull them out and put the ARP thread sealant on them and torque them in. Which, by the way, I can't find my little case with my Allen's in it, so I don't know. I'll look in the back of the floor and see if I have it in there. I have two more cans too, if two wasn't in there. I still have two more cans up there on my shelf too. Two wasn't in there.
In case a lot of you don't know, when you put studs in the bottom end of a block, you have to get it line honed, or the mains won't line up anymore. So it's been line honed, and we're going to do this. Try and do it the right way.
So it stays together. Doing everything we can to keep the stock block together with all this horsepower.
Yeah.
Find out what it makes. It'll be fun either way. What you said, low fives in the eighth you're hoping for?
Low fives, high four.
On an 8-inch slick?
Yep. 8.5 inch wide slick.
8.5 inch.
The 8.5 Outlaw tire class. So.
And then we'll get more videos up of when we're working on the actual car it's going in. It's 79?
79 Trans Am, yes.
79 Trans Am. Shaker scoop and everything, except for it's been sitting outside, so it's been mistreated. I'll go check the 4Runner to see where the hell I have that stuff at.
Right now I'm just cleaning off all the PB blaster we sprayed this thing down with to keep it from
Oh yeah.
should have grabbed some RTV too for that, but we'll offset it.
I might have. Yeah, it's gonna be offset, obviously, but I don't ever RTV mine. I just offset it. Do you use RTV on
I
yours?
do. I put them on the ends, but as long as we offset it, I think we'll be alright.
I have some right here, anyways, if you need. Some ultra gray.
Did you finish snugging the rest of these?
Yep. And what we're talking about, guys, for those of you that don't know, so this is the rear main seal. It's 2-piece, and it sits like this. In the block, here, I'll bring the camera over. So it sits right here in the block. Right there in the block. And you want to offset it so this lip doesn't, you don't want it to match up. You want it at all. And then it's marked flywheel side on there as well, so it tells you which way out. But you want it down in there just like that, and then you kind of want to push it so one end is sticking above like that, just like a 1/4 inch. So you can see it's offset, and then it'll offset obviously in the cap as well. That way oil doesn't push through the groove. That's the whole point of it. And your main seal goes to shit. You have the bottom cap. You have the end cap. Oh, we don't need it yet anyways. Make sure I didn't put it on backwards. Fine. Okay. Got distracted talking.
I didn't spray the outsides of them up because I don't want the rest ones sitting here. So.
And it'll adjust when you tighten it down too. We'll just start it a little bit. See? Little seal sticking up right there. It's offset now. And we're gonna get some main bearings in here. We've got King Racing main bearings for mains and rods. You wanna blow those off? With brake clean? And wipe them off?
We got some?
Yeah. And then I'll show you as well. He's got a bearing in his hand, so, but this groove here, the bearings have a notch that fit in all of them. You can see this little notch right, well, yeah, right there. You can see it. That notch faces that, and then obviously the oil, there's bearings with holes in them. He grabbed the wrong bearing. There's bearings with oiling holes, And that's what these are, oiling holes in the mains. And then the bearing, the oiling hole in the groove, goes on the block side. Other side goes on the cap. So we'll get all these done and in, and then come back.
Stand on this side of the block.
Alright, so I'm just picking it up. We've got the 4 front mains in, main bearings. And then you can see the notch on the notch, the bearing. And then I have the thrust bearing here. Oil hole side, goes on the block side, goes on the rear one. And I'll spray it off and put it in. The same way the other ones are put in.
I think I already told you I'm going to leave the compressor and the fire for the motor.
Okay. Thank you.
And I'll come over and help you with yours when you're ready.
Oh, I'm sure you will.
We might even tear part of it down today for the viewers. This isn't going to take us very long to put this together.
No, but why doesn't that want to sit in all the way?
Put the right side in.
Yeah.
The bearings and the caps too.
Yeah. So, the thrust bearing is in, along with the rear main seal offset. Then I'll put all the bearings on the cap sides, and we'll put some assembly lube on it. We have some Royal Purple Max stuff. Throw on it, and then we'll lay the crank in it and start torquing. And my dad was yelling at me not to touch the inside of the bearing because the grease from your fingers will it'll rust. It can rust the bearing, the surface of the bearing, and then it'll stay and you don't want rust on your bearings. He yells at me all the time. I'm just kidding. There. Those bearings on the cap side. And he's putting the other bearings in the other caps. So I'm gonna, while he's doing that, I'm gonna get some of this here Royal Purple assembly lube. Okay. Sorry, I had a phone call interrupt my video. My lovely wife. So I'm opening this assembly lube, hopefully. Pocket knife. She called me and she's literally right in the house. Hey, look at my rock star. By the way, don't ingest brake clean. Bad things happen. The friends that watch the channel will understand it. Probably laugh at that. Yes, ma'am? Hang on. That's fine. It's just the coating they put on them for shipping. Okay, somebody lives in. I'm gonna go talk to the wife real quick. Name page. I have to send you a mile away for you to smoke a cigarette around my house.
Really? Oh my god.
Alright, now I'm going to put a little assembly lube on the rear main seals. Dry seals are never good. And there. Woo! I saw that, Dad.
Yeah, it was a nice catch too, wasn't it?
Yeah. A lot of that went into the oil hole. I'm going to have to put more on.
Yeah, you should smear it around with your finger.
I am. That's what I'm doing right now. But I didn't smear it in time, and so a lot of it drained. That's what. I'll make sure you get some assembly lube on the thrust part of the bearing as well. Front side and back side of the thrust.
You should be standing on the other side so they can see.
Because they can't see inside what I'm doing anyway. So I'll bring the camera over. They can stare at my back. Alright. Ready to flop a crank in there?
Yep. You need to clean it up a little bit because you need WD-40 to keep it from rusting.
Yep. That's one other thing he might budget on. Still forged crank, but it's a what, Pro Comp, Dad?
I'm not sure what brand it is. So we have to look here.
Chinese. Or Pro Motive or Pro.
Still, it's a 4340 crank.
Yeah, it's 4340 forged crank, but it's a Chinese crank. So we'll see how it does. The machinist, Brad at Don, said he had to. It's pretty hard to get balanced correctly. So you guys can't see me.
300 grams out.
Yeah. It was way out. So for those of you that you're just going to take a crank and throw it in, whether it be Chinese or a good crank even, don't. Make sure you take it in and have it balanced. You want to leave it in the box? When you spray it down?
And we got to clean it up.
Here, hold it up. It's a little chilly out here today. Nice, the sun's out.
And most of the time, you're supposed to plastic gauge them bearings when you put them in. But my machinist checked all the clearances for me, so he told me I was good to go and I don't have to plastic gauge.
Hold it. You got it for a second? So I can adjust something like that in the. There, I got it. That back one where the seal rides.
for you?
That one, this one closest to me.
This one?
Yep. This is heavy.
They're on in there.
Nice and gentle, like. I'll just drop it in. Bad news bears.
Dust bearing being tight.
Yeah, real tight. There it goes.
Oh, she's
Fucking stud.
Uh-oh.
What's the matter?
You just hit something.
Yeah, you're blocked. That's a problem.
Yes.
Why?
That means we're going to have to clearance the block.
Yeah.
Do you have something we can clearance the block with?
No, after we just cleaned it up, put all the bearings in it. You didn't check that when it was in the shop?
Evidently, they didn't.
No. Hold it.
Mm-hmm.
So guys, show you. We just ran into a problem.
Here's where the other parts go.
For some reason, the machinist didn't check this, and I don't know why. But this rear weight on the crank hits this part of the block when you try to rotate it. See, I can't rotate it now, but I can go this way. Here, let me get up here. See, I can go this way. If it gets to there, then it hits. And then back the other way, and hits. So,
We might have to clearance this side too. Once we get this side done, we'll roll it some more and find out if this is...
well, let's just pick it up and rotate it. This is not what we wanted. Now that the block's all clean, bearings are in it, now we gotta pull everything out. Well, it clears that side.
Yep.
Just not that side. How much does it hit?
Not very much.
Ah, barely.
Just barely.
Okay. Well, on that note, we've got to run to the store and get a Dremel or something.
Grinding bit.
Alright guys, so we clearanced the block, a little at-home clearancing. And the crank spins freely now, as you can see. So, I don't know if it's because it's a Chinese crank, but if that's the reason, you now know if you do buy a Chinese crank, you might have to do some clearancing in the block. But we cleaned it all up real nice after we clearanced it, obviously, because you don't want metal shavings in it, because that would be really bad. So now we're going to continue on. We're going to put the main caps on, and start corking them. Get this thing going. And by the way, it didn't take us very long to clearance it. We didn't have to take a bunch out, maybe like 1/8 of an inch, if that.
Nice clearance.
Yep. Here, I'll bring the camera over and show what we did. Well, I won't show it because the crank's already back in it, but here you can see the clearance it has now. It doesn't hit. It's good to go. Spins freely. So, we're good to continue on in this lovely journey. There. Okay. Little dabble of this stuff here. Oop, a big dabble.
I like big dabble. was left we'll use on yours too.
If there's anything left.
It should be.
It'll be a while till mine goes together. All into 80, then you go back, double check.
Spins.
It does. Spins.
And in case some of you haven't noticed, we started in the middle, on the middle main cap, and that's where you always start and you work your way out to the end one.
And like that. Look at
And she spins. Spins quite nicely.
Yep.
Good.
Alright.
Now we're going to clean up all these rod journals.
Yeah. And get some light in here too.
Yeah, and get my gooey hands on them.
Oh, I wish this light put out heat.
I know, huh?
Oh, did it? Whew. So nice. All right. Now we're gonna check the rods for clearances.
Here's number 2. That'll work.
Rotate. Okay. So 2 is right here.
Now we gotta have both these.
Oh yeah, you guys haven't seen these pretty things. They're Eagle H-beam rods, ARP bolts. What brand are the pistons?
DSS,
DSS.
racing pistons.
Problem, Dad. I don't have 12 point.
No.
No 12 point sockets, so we don't get a torque piece tonight.
Okay.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
It's because they're stretching in from the factory.
Okay, well, that's not happening. We need a vise. Yeah, about that. I don't have a vise. Or 12 point socket. Those are pretty. That might be as much as we can do then. 12 point socket and a vise. So you want to take these home? Does Rob have a vise?
Yeah.
Take them home, break them all loose, wrap them in a rag.
Yep.
And
I
unbolt
have
them.
to.
Alright, well guys, sorry we don't have more. Till next time, come back next weekend. And we'll have the rods put in, check them for clearances, make sure they don't hit the block. And yeah, thanks for watching. Until next time, freezing our asses off out here.